Happy solstice, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. I've got a little practice I'd love to share with you today. Its roots are in the Taoist tradition, Taoist alchemy, and then it's got a little Nicole spin on it, little Kundalini flavor here. And this is really to harness, to bring this solar energy that's really at its apex right now during the summer solstice into your body. So this is incredibly energizing, vitalizing, warming, kind of golden energy. And it's really nourishing to bring that into your energy field. That also brings it into your physical body, and kind of, I like to imagine it as storing it deep in my body for winter. So when the winter solstice comes around and we've got that minimum light, minimum sunlight, very short days, we've got this internal glowing source from within because we really, allowed ourselves to drink in that honey golden sunlight when it was so abundant. So we've got these 3 days really of the summer solstice where we've got the longest days of the year. And this practice is powerful anytime, but it's especially good, right before the solstice, maybe a month, and then even a month after the solstice. So if you missed doing this on the solstice, that's okay. You can still practice. So we're going to be using what's called the microcosmic orbit. So maybe you've heard of this if you've practiced with me before. This is one of the most fundamental practices of the Taoist tradition. And what it does essentially is it circulates energy, sexual energy, healing energy, vital energy, life force energy through the body, through all the major energy systems or centers of the body, and kind of harmonizes, balances the whole system. So really, really beautiful practice. And what we're going to do here is gather the sunlight energy. So we're gathering the energy, that vital energy of the sun, and bringing it into our bodies. Because sometimes there's such an abundance of this light on the summer solstice that it can be hard to receive it. So this practice is really meant to support you in receiving that light. So I often like to either do this in the sun or, maybe be seated outside somewhere. Maybe you can do a little shake before you begin to sort of gather some energy. Maybe breathe deeply, kind of center yourself. Do some of the practices that kind of bring you into the present moment and into your body, maybe at the end of your yoga practice. And so what we're going to do is we're using the microcosmic orbit, inhaling up the back, exhaling down the front. The microcosmic orbit is this unbroken loop of energy. It's like a circuit that goes from the base of your spine, so all the way down by the perineum, the root of your body, all the way up to the crown of the head, and then back down. So for the purposes of this practice today, we're going to use what's called the fire cycle, which is inhaling up the back, exhaling down the front. This is a kind of fortifying, energizing, strengthening practice. And so what you can do is inhale and squeeze the perineum really gently. It doesn't have to be super intense. And you're squeezing up and in. So it's kind of this lift. And you can almost feel it through the center of the body. So inhaling to squeeze and draw that energy up the back of your spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then exhale, release the squeeze and letting that energy just melt down the front. So inhaling up the back to squeeze, exhaling down the front to relax. Now my body will naturally sometimes go into a rocking, yours might not. That's fine either way. But it's inhaling up, exhaling down. And you can imagine as you're inhaling up, exhaling down, imagining this golden sun circulating through that orbit, that circuit of energy. Inhaling, you're drawing the sun up the back of the spine. Exhale, letting it melt down the front. Sun rises and sun sets again and again and again. And so imagining that sun moving and gathering energy, gathering vitality with each cycle of breath, with each cycle through your body, gathering energy from all the corners of the universe, all that beautiful golden sunlight, like honey energy from all the far reaches of this cosmic playground that we exist in. So inhaling and exhaling. And my recommendation is to do that for, 3 to 10 minutes. See what comes. You can do it for longer if you like. And then when you finish, you can keep it circulating if you like, if you really are into that energy. But what I would recommend doing is consciously bringing that sun and that beautiful golden sun all the way down to what's called the lower dantian, which is this kind of center of gravity. It's our power. It's this reservoir, again, this kind of well that we can store away that vitality for a rainy day, for a day we really need it. And so imagining that sun, you can put both hands right over the belly, the low belly, kind of right below the belly button, and holding that sun right there. And just imagining all that beautiful, delicious, golden energy kind of centering, distilling into maybe a little tiny sun, little tiny like pearl-shaped golden sun. And so condensed vitality that then your body can use whenever it needs it. So then you'll hold that golden sun, just be with it for a few breaths, and that's it. Let me know how it goes. I'm very curious. And if you're wanting support with feeling more of this vitality, more Taoist practices, tantric practices to vitalize your energy system, if you're feeling depleted, if you've got big changes coming up that you're wanting support with, I am here. I offer one-on-one support. It is one of the things I am absolutely loving right now. So please be in touch if I can support your journey.